distance in each box the letter. So let's start. First we need to make a table that where we will type our text, so like this, and then we will need to separate these letters in each row. So to do that we will make a script and a new table. So we will take this text, run the script here, and then output in each row in this new table. So we will call we will first clear this table, so if it's full we'll clear it, and then call the string on this null dot, so the null one, the first row and column, so like this, and then separate the text. And append each row. So if you run this script, it will separate the text, but we don't want to always click here. We want this to be automatic. So if we make a that execute, and then here, and then whenever this table changes, so this gotta stay on, we will run this script. So let's see, it's working. If I change something, yeah, it's working. Now we need to create a constant and a pattern. And so we need to know how many rows there are here, so we will reference the table here and call for the rows, so 7 rows, and then we will the length will be the number of letters, so something like this. This will be the ty and anyone called tx, and this will be a sign, this will be a ramp. Yeah. Okay, then we will merge. And create a shop. So we can kind of separate, need to actually create a LFO. ramp and put it on the face. So you kinda see where this is going. You don't actually need the TZ value, so you can just delete it. You can slow it down a bit. Can then put this on a SOP, and now we can create the boxes. So create the box shop, and then geometry, and turn on instances. Here and like this. Okay. So, but now the boxes are overlapped. So what we actually need to do is here on the pattern. Here on the pattern, we actually need to also make the amplitude bigger. So if we select bigger and then, but it still has a gap, so we just will subtract one and then it's like we want. But now it's like kind of like offsetted, so to center on the 0 we can just copy this value but make it negative, and then subtract it by 2, so it's half, and actually like this. Yeah, so it's now on the center. And then for the texture we will use a replicator, and the text will call this like the letter 0, and then this will be the master operator, and then the new operators will be called letter. And for the template that we will use this one. And then on a text we will instance each row depending. So this will be the number, the letter 0, and it will be on the letter 0. So letter 1, letter 1. So to do that we will reference the table and say to look on the mid digits and 0. So mid digits will be this number that we put here. So here we go. And then scale it up a little bit. Change the background to also change the font. And then on the geometry, we will also use the second instance step. So we will say on the instance textures we want uh, the letter and like every letter, so we will put this little thing here. But now okay, we also need to get texture, but now it's like the same letter. So to do that we will use this index here, so just type index, and here we go. Now we can create a camera, the render, it also light, and uh, so that's pretty good. We can, to offset the camera a little, can then rotate here. It's like looking sideways, so if you want to always look at the geometry, let's say this is a trick that I often use, so let's go like this. So if we now rotate, yeah, it's better. Now to create the rotation, we will also use a pattern, and call it that, no, then you can make a that. And we can multiply it by like 360, so something like this, and then let's call it this the rotation, and let's include the name here, and then we can then merge these two dots. So let's make some space here, so we can merge these two together and append columns. So this will be the rotation. Switch. And then on the rotation we can use the new that we created now. So here we go. You can then add a background, maybe add something like this. It's a little bit fast, so we can slow it down a bit. Maybe we can even create a new LFO, and this will be slower. Phase here. So we now can control this separately. Okay. This is better. Okay, but now we actually want the texture to be on all sides except this, like on the on this one, so on the sides. So to do that, we will texture type, make it face, and then offset it by half, something like this. And to hide this one, we will make a new texture, a new geometry. I mean, we can just not have the texture here. There's probably a better way to do this, but I don't know how, so I will just do it like this. So this is the way that I found. Can also change the light a little. Yes, like this. Can also add post-processing like this. Then we actually, let's create a text here. So this is not updating, right? So if I type, it's not adding letters. But there's a way to do that, so you can just make this text comp and make it always with continuous updates. It's always like updating the value here. You can see here. And that's what we want. So we can so then let's add evaluate. So if now I type, it's always updating. That's better. There's a problem that if we type too long, it will disappear. So we can then find a solution to make the camera uh, like updating the view also. So let's say if we type 6 words, let's reset the if we type 6 words, it fixes. So now I can so I can just delete. And then to add a little like spacing, you can just add one. So now as I type, it's updating the oh, this is nice. So that's it. You can then change the frequency. You can also experiment with other types here. For example, the triangle or ramp, random.